How are you
What,
guys?
what have you been on lately?
Well, you know, hey,
A high of
you gotta laugh
happiness.
from crying. You gotta laugh from crying at these.
That's true.
High of happiness.
Exactly. Exactly. I can't tell who's all on the call yet, so I just see Sherry and Deirdre. Is that it?
No, Larry's here.
And
I thought I saw Paul.
yeah, and
Yeah.
There he is.
Phil's just
Hey,
got his
Paul.
name.
I'm here this time, though. I was here last time. My microphone wasn't working, though.
Oh, okay. Well, I saw your name and I figured you were there, but
Yeah, I don't have a camera on this computer.
oh, okay.
There we go.
To let you guys know, I just got everything all hooked up. So it is now live streaming to YouTube.
Perfect.
Beautiful, thank you.
So, Madam Chair, if you would like, hey, Larry, I haven't seen you in forever.
You know, I've been missing my hugs here, honey.
I know, I miss you.
Pretty soon.
Man, yes, big hug. Big
Thank you. Thank you.
Paul, I need to get with you. So I'm gonna call you after the meeting, if that's okay.
That's fine.
Okay, cool. So, Madam Chair, if you want to call the meeting to order, I will allow you to do so.
Thank you.
Do we have quorum?
You don't need a quorum for these committee meetings.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
You're going to take away my thunder?
Yeah, sorry. Thunder away, baby.
I hereby start this meeting. Call to order this meeting.
Okay, perfect. So the first action item is the committee organization. Sherry, I know that you have been committee chair over the last year or so. So this is the opportunity for the committee to either elect or motion to elect a new chair, or we can leave Madam Cheryl as the chair as she may. So I will leave that up to the committee to do so now.
I think Sherry's done a great job, so.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Second the motion.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, perfect. Thank you. So Paul and Larry. And all are in favor for that?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, thank you. Hey, Rayshan, I can't see you, but hey, girl.
I know. I'm kind of busy right now, so I'm trying to like multitask.
No worries. I appreciate you being on the call this evening, so thank you so much. So the next item is the Courtesy Patrol RFP. We went over this at our last meeting, so just to recap, the 4 recommendations that we discussed bringing to the board during the September 17th meeting are removing the account manager and or 1 officer. The committee doesn't see the benefit of having the account manager on site. Number 2 is requesting an Excel spreadsheet of nature of calls, number of calls, times of calls, and the outcomes for the sub-association management companies to disseminate should they wish to their community via newsletter or whatever forms of communication that they utilize. Number 3 was having patrol pick up trash in common areas and parks and not on golf carts on major streets such as Schaumburg, Eagoncrest, Farm, Grand Teton, etc. Their main focus should not be just picking up trash, but as on a needed basis. And then 4, requesting that the board look into body cameras for the officers just to get numbers for discussion purposes. Is that correct, or did I miss something? I can't hear you, Deirdre. You got to unmute yourself.
Sorry, we got my husband on a conference call and I'm trying to. So yeah, it's all calls around here, you know. So that's how what I remember that happened and what was said in that area. I don't know, Phil, I know you weren't able to speak in. That sound about right to you?
Yeah, and I don't disagree with any of those recommendations.
Okay.
Paul, you remember that too?
Yeah, I remember that.
Did anybody want to add anything to that list at this time?
I'm hesitant to join into this conversation because I missed the initial meeting when it came to the RFP for Securitas, but do we really want them picking up trash? I mean, is that,
They do now.
That's the trash in the parks. They empty the trash barrels and things.
but still, do we
And they-
want
they-
them spending time picking up trash? Don't we have people who maintain both of the parks as far as landscaping and maintenance and that kind of stuff? And I'm not sure why we want.
Yeah, but
courtesy patrol
the park
picking up
people aren't on,
trash.
the park people aren't on site all the time. If a trash can gets full when Securitas is there, they might as well empty it. They're not doing anything else.
Because they,
Other than patrolling the neighborhoods, yeah, they're doing.
No,
yeah.
no,
Well,
there's one guy in the park at all times. There's two guys patrolling and one guy in the park. One guy splits his time between the two parks. So he might as well be emptying those trash cans. Because the only other thing he's doing is shooing people off the playgrounds.
You know,
Okay,
it seems like such a minute thing to say, okay, they walk by and they see some trash. Well, the trash could also be covering up broken glass or something else. It's not going to affect their jobs that much. So I don't understand why we've been arguing. We argued over it last time. I don't understand why we're arguing it over again. It's such a little thing, you know?
Yeah.
The one thing I would like
Yeah.
to know is, I'm not sure about taking, dropping one patrol officer off a patrol. And I have not received a satisfactory explanation of why you want to reduce whichever one it is from 3 to 2.
The proposal that they recommended last time is not to reduce the number of people patrolling, it's to get rid of the account manager who sits in the office. So the lead guy would be out on patrol now instead of sitting in the office. So it would still reduce personnel by 1, but it wouldn't reduce the number of the roving patrols at all.
Okay, because I thought that Felicia, when she was going over, said something about reducing one of the roving patrols from 3 to 2.
No, she said reducing the account manager to be part of the patrol.
Okay,
I would still be in favor of reducing the account manager and one of the roving patrols just to save money, but I don't think the committee's on board with me.
no.
no, I think that was brought up last time, and I think it was it Mike or?
It's Todd.
Oh, Todd, yeah, Todd that kind of gave a little bit of more information why that would not be a good thing. And I think we
No,
all
but
at that point, right?
you did, but I was getting very frustrated at the last meeting because I couldn't respond to some of his comments too. I disagreed with most of what he said. I still am of the opinion that patrol is mostly, if they have any effect at all, it's just a small deterrent effect. There aren't enough of them to actually deter crime, as is obvious from what's been happening in Providence. So I think we're still wasting $850,000 a year for a imaginary deterrent. And they have no power to do anything else besides their visible presence.
Okay,
Well,
so.
why don't we wait to see what the board does and recommends and then go from there on this?
Well,
Okay.
the board is going to do what they're going to do no matter what we recommend anyway.
Right, so I think we'd be wasting time we're going around and around on this. So why not just say table it and see what the board does? I mean, the board may not want to rehire Securitas. We don't know.
Yeah, well, recommendations were made and let's just go from there.
Yeah.
I think we don't really need to keep on it again.
Okay, perfect. So I will leave the recommendations as submitted and or presented earlier in the meeting. In regards to old business, review minutes from the August 12th, 2020 meeting.
Yeah, I reviewed them. They look good to me, so I motion to approve.
I second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Perfect. And
Aye.
then neighborhood updates, anything that anybody want to bring up that's going on in their sub-associations?
I have something, and I don't know, I know Rishi Ann had mentioned about changing out her LED lights in their community. We kind of had an issue. One of our lamp posts, actually the topper fell off and was just hanging. So we had Nevada Illumination come out and remove that because that's, of course, dangerous. Could have fallen on somebody. In the meantime, they were trying to find one to match to repair it. They are no longer making those. It's all that I think everybody has the same lamp posts in their communities. So they're not making those anymore. So they found one that's pretty close. and we're going to look at another company hopefully, but for the master on the streets and whatnot with those lamp posts, did you guys change those lights out to LEDs? Are they still the same lights that you've had?
So the city actually maintains those lights. That's not something that Providence takes care of. So
Oh, okay.
if they did change out anything, we wouldn't be in the know of it. But I
see.
can definitely, in an email to you, provide you with our points of contact, and you can definitely reach out to them for any information that they can provide you on the type of lighting.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah, thank you for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we just, and the light that we got now can only take except LEDs, so it's not going to match the lighting that's in the rest of our community. Because our lighting's kind of that amber color, the lights, and this is going to be a bright white.
White.
So it's going to look kind of not very good, but so
Okay,
somewhere else.
cool. Anybody else? Larry, what's going on in Brighton? Anything?
I know several months ago, we had discussed more effective means of communicating with the people living within each one of the individual communities. One of the things that our board has decided to do was to install bulletin boards next to the 3 mailbox locations that we have within our community. And that's going to serve 2 purposes. Number 1 is going to provide a more direct line of communication from the HOA to anybody renting within the community, because even if you sign up for e-notify or e-statements or whatever else within the individual communities, they don't receive any of that information. They don't receive any information from the Master Association as far as the weekly newsletter that comes out on Fridays. I print some of those up. I post them up in the bulletin boards, those things that are pertinent to everybody within our neighborhood. The other thing that hopefully it will do, which is difficult to monitor, is the amount of people actually paying attention to what's going on within your individual communities. Our typical board meetings, we may have, even virtual meetings, we had 2 people sign up the last time. It's so to mail out notices to all these people, newsletters and everything else is really spending postage that is just really not providing any benefit to the individual homeowners, nor is it providing any benefit at all to any of the renters. If you post that information within the bulletin board, the renters are able to see that on a weekly basis or however often they pick up their mail. Owners that live within the community and not have income property there also have that same opportunity, and whether they pay attention to it or not is really their choice. But we're saving, my estimation is going to be somewhere between $4,000 or $5,000 a year in mailing costs, which our mailing costs as a percent is about double what the Master Association spends per household. So if we were to cut our mailing costs in half, we would be in line with the Providence Master Association, even with the nice magazines that come out quarterly and all the other information that comes out. So we're giving that a try. The bulletin boards are installed. We've been posting notices, and we will hopefully see some more positive results when it comes to communications with the board, and most definitely see a cost savings to all of the homeowners within the Brighton community.
Awesome. If ever you need, I don't know if you have like a 2-sided bulletin board, or is it just a 1 side where you can only put 1 insert in there?
It is a 34 by 26.
Okay.
Excuse me, a 36 by 24 bulletin board, fully enclosed, that is under lock and key, and nobody but the board can post notices on the bulletin board. We did have a couple notices posted during the recall election, which were promptly removed from the bulletin boards because that is not a HOA authorized notice posted on the, otherwise, if you leave those up, then you have to leave people wanting to advertise their services and cats for adoption or whatever else. So it's either a board authorized posting notice or no individual homeowner notices. So, and it's worked out fairly well so far. We've had no, multiple notices where if you lean an electrician, tear this little tab off. So it's that from that aspect, it's been very successful. We'll just see how it goes long term.
Well, let me know if you ever, I'll also you have Jody's information, but we also have a message board policy for the Master Association where we typically insert our information between the 1st and the 5th of every single month. So if you ever want, events that are coming up for the Master Association to be included in that, just let us know and we'll definitely provide you with that letterhead so you can get that into your bulletin boards as well.
That'd be great.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds, we have a bulletin board too that we finally found the key to. We couldn't do anything with it. There's old stuff in there. It's all crinkly and so finally our management company was able to retrieve a key. So now we have it and we each have one for our board as well. And we just got it. So we haven't started it yet, but that's a good idea, Larry. And are yours freestanding or on a wall?
They're attached to the block walls right next to the mailbox assembly. So anytime somebody stops to check their mail, they have to park right next to the bulletin board. And I have different colored paper for different types of notices so that it's not always on white paper. If there's some new notice that's coming out, I'll print it out on different colored paper. I've also encouraged people to sign up for the provenance statements electronically so that they no longer have to send those out via snail mail, which saves all of us some postage. So
yeah, sounds good.
It does. I'll have to check with Kimberly and see if Northern Terrace, I don't think we have anything, but I'll check with her to find out. Yeah, I think Larry and I had talked before all this, the pandemic started and all that, about looking at all the communications, because I sometimes think there are too many, and that's why some people don't want to look at them.
Yep.
And maybe we should go back and look at that again, see how the bulletin board turns out, and with Deidre, with yours too, and go back and check all the communications that we have and that people get, because sometimes I think it's just an overload. And see, maybe we can reduce some of them if everybody would go to the bulletin board. It might work out really well. I think it's worth looking into at some point.
okay.
Paul, anything with you guys in Kensington?
No, same as usual. We're quiet up here.
Okay.
You don't do much.
Okay. Rayshan, I know you had an update last week or last month, so I guess it's still chugging along with the LED lighting, correct? And just trying to, I don't know if you guys said that you were going to do the rebate with Nevada Energy. I know you guys were having issues with that as well. Is there any update? She's multitasking.
Oh, sorry, I don't have much to add to this today. Just the same old.
Okay, just want to check in. Linda, I see that you were able to get on the call. Do you have anything for Highgate? I know technology is not her best friend. I know she hates it, so I don't see any emails. Phil, do you have anything for Verada View?
Nope, everything's running smoothly and people are happy.
Awesome. All right, so if there is nothing else, our next meeting is going to be October 7th. I just need a motion to adjourn.
I motion to adjourn.
Second.
Thank you, guys. I'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.